Hello everybody. What we have here today is a video I'm particularly excited to do, mostly for the reason that I get asked oftentimes by friends and family or whatnot, help me, what's the best watch to get? What's the best Rolex? How do I find something that I'm gonna really like? And there's really not an answer to that I can give. It's gonna vary by the person, of course. And me personally, when I was first getting into watches, couldn't stand videos that didn't give me an answer at the end. And my answer is gonna be general, but it's gonna give, I think, some people a good kind of starting point as to how to find a watch or a Rolex that they really like. The answer I give 9 out of 10 people when I'm asked is, which Rolex should I get? I want to get a Rolex. Which one should I get? 9 out of 10 times my answer is stainless sport model. What does that mean? Well, obviously Rolex makes stainless steel watches on top of other, different metals that they make in-house, like such as two-tone gold, and they have, all kinds of different, stuff that they use. But as far as the stainless sport model goes, I truly think the best value is in a stainless sport model. And there's several reasons why I think that. This isn't scripted, I'm just rambling here, but this is just right off the top of my head as far as everything I know about Rolex currently. It's 2019 and it seems to be almost impossible to get your hands on a stainless sport model right now in an authorized dealer. The only one that you're gonna find brand new nowadays is this one right here. This is the 214 270. And that's the Explorer 1. Those are much more readily available nowadays in the current terms than, for instance, a new Submariner would be. This is not a new one. This is not a ceramic. None of these are ceramic models. But, as far as the value of stainless sport models goes, it seems like they don't lose an inch of value at all. Like, they either stay where they're at, like this one probably will for a while, or they'll go up, like all these, like this one, and this one have. I typically like to recommend people, if you can get a Submariner or a GMT style watch. I don't have any GMTs in front of me, but I've got 3 Submariners. Definitely do that, but it all depends on what you like, you know what I mean? So I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy. I like to go swimming. I like to, hike and do all that kind of stuff and travel a lot. And for me, a sub is perfect because, all Rolexes are, they're all waterproof in their own right. But subs, I'm also in the military, and they have like this super militaristic kind of feel to them. Like they're rugged. They're, they're just like little tanks of watches. They really are. But stainless sport model. And what does that define? It's not just these. You also get GMTs in that. There are a few others, but I wouldn't say go Datejust. Datejust is not a sport model, so that one doesn't really qualify there. And I say that because as far as value goes, Datejust, for some reason, I just feel like they don't hold their value as well as the ones sitting in front of me. Could be because they make more of them in different sort of variations, but it's just not as hard of a watch to get, and there's so many different versions. Whereas this sub right here, they made this watch for nearly 30 years, the 5-digit, 16610 date Submariner. They made this watch for about 30 years, and I think they only made one stainless steel variation in that entire time, which was the Kermit 50th anniversary sub rolled out in 2003 with the maxi dial. It's basically the only difference, and the green bezel, of course. But other than that, they made the two-tone, of course. They made the sturdy dial, which I think is horrible, but they made the sturdy dials. They made the two-tone. The Bluesy is one of my favorites. I love that watch. It's the watch that got me into Rolex. I don't have one anymore, but I will get one again in the future. But this is what you got when you wanted a sub. You got this. And for the Datejust, they have, it seems like hundreds of different styles, bands, dials, cases, bezels, and that was the idea. It was kind of make it unique in your own because, everyone seemed to have the subs. But, any of these are really great. This is an older Sea Dweller. It's a great example. This is a 1994. It's in really good shape, but You know, when you get something a little older, of course, you get the tritium dial. I don't know if you can see it down there, but get the tritium dial. It doesn't glow up anymore, but it's still a rugged tank of a watch. All these watches will easily, you can, you know, wake up on a vacation and you can go out to breakfast wearing it, then you can wear it to the beach, you can wear it fishing, you can wear it on the golf course, go out to lunch, come back, and then easily throw on, you know, a suit and tie and go to a wedding in that same night. It's, all of these work for that. And that's why I think for anyone buying their first piece, this is something you want to consider is, you know, what's the best value? What will my money get me? You know, and with these you can, they truly are the can all be all watches. You know, you can just wear them with anything, doing anything, and they're going to be reliable, they're going to be there, and best of all, they're not going to look out of place. So, best watch to get up front if you can, stainless sport model Rolex at cost. If you can get it at a good price, I totally recommend doing that. Even if it's a new one, you know, go get on a waiting list for a new ceramic Submariner. You know, I don't have one right now. I've had two ceramic Submariners, and they're great. They're great watches. The ceramic is really starting to kind of, it's starting to grow on me more. It truly is. But, you know, if you can get one of these, you know, this is one of the most highly referred watches I tell friends to get. It's just what you think of when you think Submariners. It's one of these, you know. Or even this one. And the cool thing about this watch, you can go to an authorized dealer right now and buy one. You could probably walk in and walk out with one the same day. You can't say that about the new Submariners, the new GMTs, the new Daytonas. You can't say that. But with this one, most likely you can go get it without being on a waiting list somewhere. And this is one of the perfect, and the other great thing about this watch is the price. I think you could walk out spending $7 grand with tax and everything included. You know, a new sub's gonna run you almost 10. GMT's the same, if you can even get your hands on one, for that matter. But this, you know, this one you don't have the date. You know, you don't have any other kind of complication like the GMT offers. But what you get here is just a great entry-level sport model Rolex, and this is much higher, much better than the entry-level Rolex that they offer right now, which is the I don't even know what it's called, the Oyster Perpetual, I think it is. It's basically the same thing as this, but it doesn't have the Mercedes hands. It doesn't have the history behind it. It doesn't have, you know, it's just not as cool as this. This one you get a whole lot of history. And that's another great point to bring up before I close out this video, is you buy a stainless sport model, you know, you're getting history when you buy these. You're getting a great history, and if you're like me, I've done more research than I'm really proud to talk about on the history behind these. But, you know, there's just so much to go around, and you just can't go wrong having one of these. So that is my recommendation to anyone looking to buy a Rolex and which one they should get, especially if they're an outdoorsy kind of, you know, more rugged lifestyle person like me. And again, 9 out of 10 times, as of late anyway, you know, during the day and stuff, I wear my Apple Watch just because I work out and stuff. I do a lot of other things, and, you know, Rolex for me at work doesn't really make sense. But I'll probably start wearing the date sub more, you know. If I'm gonna wear a watch to work, I need to have a date on it, because when I'm doing paperwork, when I'm doing that kind of thing, I always gotta look down and see the date. Part of the reason I don't wear this one much, other than weekends nowadays, and, you know, but all these are great picks. This is an older Explorer 2, great watch, rugged, easy to get, cheap alternative to a GMT. I still think this is one of the most underrated watches right now, as far as you know, complication time zones kind of go. But yeah, all these are great choices for a first watch, and you know, just keep that in mind. Stainless sport model, stainless steel Rolex. You just can't go wrong with one of these. You absolutely can't. And the greatest part is, some of them may even go up in value. This one has gone up since I bought it tremendously. I've got a stupid deal on this one. This one has gone up. I mean, hell, you used to be able to buy one of these for $4,000, you know, used. Now, can't really say the same. So if you can get a great deal on one of these, jump on it. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. If you can get one of these for just several thousand, jump on it. Keep it forever. All right, that's my video. Stainless steel sport model.